Hi guys, in some exciting news, Kemi Badenoch has reshuffled her shadow cabinet. Look, I'm trying to do my best here. I'm trying to make this interesting. I know it's not. Anyway, instead of actually attaching fresh faces to fresh ideas, she seems to be going in the opposite direction or just doing more of the same. So no new ideas and just bringing back some of the old guard, like James Not So Cleverly. Have a listen to what he had to say about all of this.
I'd always said, and I said right from the get-go, that I wanted a bit of a breather. I've had a chance to do that, but ultimately, like everybody else, I've been increasingly frustrated with the ineptitude of this Labour government. The fact that we handed across a economic situation that was repairing.
Repairing? Okay, it wasn't really repairing, but repairing from what? Obviously, if something has to be repaired, it means it was broken. And why was it broken? You know, this is a bit like an arsonist turning up and saying, hey, look, you know, we didn't burn down the entire building. There were a few rooms left. So, you know, we handed over not a complete building, but a few rooms. So give us some credit for that.
2% inflation, increasing GDP. We've now seen inflation more than doubling under Labour.
Okay, so once again, we have this. Nothing is changing. When inflation was going up under the Tories, James Cleverly and others said, nothing to do with us, not our fault. When inflation started to come down, they were like, hey, pat us on the back, we're doing a wonderful job. Now they're saying the same. Now they're saying, well, if inflation is going up, it's Labour's fault. And if inflation is coming down, of course, James Cleverly and others will say, oh, it's nothing to do with the government. It's to do with global factors. So when they're in power, nothing bad happens. It's always somebody else's fault. Something good happens. Yes, it's thanks to the Tories. And then it's the opposite whenever anyone else is in charge. So once again, more of the same.
We're seeing GDP falling under Labour, we're seeing unemployment going up under Labour, and in the portfolio that I'm concentrating on, this promise of 1.5 million extra houses is falling woefully short. I'm going to be highlighting how London, which should be the driver of the delivery of that target, is falling woefully short, and there are no excuses. A Labour-run city, a Labour-run government, and housing starts trickling along when there should really be a flood of new homes being built.
And now housing. What did his government do when they were in charge when it came to housing? Sweet FA. They actually made the situation worse with some of their policies. And now they're saying, well, you know, we need to hold this government to account because it's not building enough homes. It's not building enough homes. That's right. But you were in no position to criticize the government for not building enough homes. Now, what is Kemi Badenoch trying to do? It seems she's trying to bring in people like James Cleverly because maybe he has some star quality. I don't know. People remember him from the previous government. This is a double-edged sword. You know, bringing in somebody like James Cleverly maybe is a familiar face that the public know, but obviously he's connected with failure, like Kemi Badenoch. So I don't know if this is a good idea. I have said before, the Conservatives, if they want to win back power, they need fresh faces. They need to distance themselves from the previous administrations. Bringing in people like James Cleverly is a bad idea if that's your approach. New people, new ideas, and they need to move back to the centre. They need to abandon this idea that we need to double down on immigration. We need to chase Farage on immigration. We need to talk tough on asylum seekers. You're only helping Farage when you do that because you cannot win on that argument. So what is the point in talking about it? Talk about something that you can win on. I don't know if there is anything the Conservatives can win on at this stage, but they can try and sell an alternative, a moderate alternative to the Labour Party. They can try. I'm not saying they're going to succeed, but in order to achieve that, you need to come up with fresh ideas and you need to jettison some of the old guard. You need to present yourself as a new party. Because if you don't, a lot of people will remember the past and they will say, well, didn't you just destroy everything? Why should we vote you people back in? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you think? And I'll see you in the next video.